wherever you are. Ooh,
That my what is it? Will
my heart will
there we go.
go on.
Ah, yes, 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 church. Come on in. Thank you so much for your tithes. Delia, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, ladies, for your entertaining commentary. When I tell you I have been going through losing my GPA, and the fallout from it, I really need this show. Oh, I'm so sorry to
Sorry
hear
to hear
Sorry about that,
that.
that.
Delia.
I'm so sorry to
Very
hear that.
sorry.
Thank you so much. Let's talk about this, because this came in right when we about to speak about people that have also lost someone. So this situation, this submarine has had everybody in a chokehold. Okay, so this is the OceanGate submarine. They call it the OceanGate Expedition Submersible. They call it the Titan. Okay, so it's a part of the ocean. It's the OceanGate Expedition Submersible, where these people were trying to go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean to view the Titanic wreckage. Okay, and this happened on, I do believe, Sunday, which was Father's Day. And shortly after they went under, I believe they said that they lost all communication with them after like
Mm,
an hour and 45 minutes. And I think
mm.
it's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, all the way down to the very bottom where the Titanic was. And what we were hearing at first was that there was like 96 hours of oxygen that was left. And we found out earlier today that the oxygen ran out earlier this morning, but as the day progressed, they ended up finding some type of parts of the submarine that was down there. They found parts of it, and based on the parts of it that they found, they believe that it imploded. Therefore, when it says implode, I guess it crumbles up kind of like a can soda. It kind of crumbles up like on the inside versus like explode. And they believe that they died from the impact and it was an immediate death. So this is something that we're finding out now. And let's see about the people that were on the ship. Let me see if I have that. So they confirmed that the passengers were the OceanGate CEO by the name of Stockton Rush. There was a Pakistani businessman named Shahzada Dawood, who was also with his son Solomon. There was also a Titanic expert by the name of Paul Henry. And then there was a British billionaire by the name of Hamish Harding. And somehow Hamish Harding, his wife, is connected to family members. I believe there were two other millionaires or billionaires that were like her aunt or something, or maybe like her grandparents that died in the Titanic. So his wife is
Oh,
connected
wow.
to people that passed away with the Titanic all those years ago. And I guess that might be where his interest came from, where he wanted to like go down there and explore it and everything, right? And so there's been a lot of conversation, and rest in peace to these people, because we do believe that they are no longer with us, and that instead of them passing away today due to lack of oxygen, a lot of what they're saying, the Coast Guard, from my understanding, they're believing that they actually died on impact on Sunday shortly after they lost communication. So a lot of people have been dropping all kinds of memes. There's been a lot of stuff being said. There have been a lot of people that could care less about what has happened. And there have been people that's been upset with the fact that people could care less about this. Let's be very clear so that y'all also know this portion too. Everybody up here, except for the man at the very top with the gray and red jacket on, that is the CEO. Okay. Everyone else paid $250,000 to go inside of this soda can.
Soda
Okay.
can.
Okay. They paid $250,000 for a ticket just to take a ride to the bottom of the ocean to go down there and mess with them people. And let me tell you something. And I do say mess with them people. And I'm just gonna tell y'all my thoughts, and I'm gonna let the ladies go. First of all, when I hear this, it makes me think about Lake Lanier just a little bit. Okay, hear me out. Okay, we know that Lake Lanier, before they put water and made it a lake, it was a black community that they burned to the ground, and they killed a lot of black people and stuff, right?
Yep.
Um, so from that, at some point over time, they ended up pouring a lot of water over it, right? And we have learned over time that a lot of people have died, like, and people have had different type of experiences and stuff in that water. And how I see this situation is, y'all went down there where all of those people passed away at the bottom of the ocean in the tide near the Titanic, And y'all thought that y'all was just gonna go down there, and it's not. It's y'all in the chat laughing, but it's not funny for real, for real. But I'm just like, y'all went down there to be a part of their world, and I hate it so much because now y'all are.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing.
It's really sad.
Should let them people.
World. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to.
And in all honesty, y'all, and feel the way that you choose to feel, because I'm gonna feel mine. I do not care. I don't. I do not care about these billionaires and these people in these high places that can pay $250 some thousand to hop onto a soda can to ride all the way down to the bottom and it implodes. I'm not necessarily sorry. We have our own issues here in America. There are Black children that's going missing constantly, and I don't see them calling out any type of armies or anything to go and pull a search for them. Okay. And these are also the same billionaires, millionaires that be out here lobbying to keep y'all at a certain pay rate so that their pockets can continue to grow. Absolutely not. I'm not going to be feeling sorry for those type of people that's not even trying to help you expand where you are. Girl, they trying to over here keep y'all at $7 and whatever an hour, or $10 or $12 an hour. Meanwhile, they over there living lavish and whatever else they can by spending $250,000 to go down to the bottom. And that's what they doing with y'all money, because y'all the ones that work for it. They just the ones that spend it. Hello, are you there? And let's be very clear. Don't have no conversation with me about something. Well, what if it was y'all? What if it was your bitch? First of all, let me be very clear. My family not going to spend $250K on a soda can. They may spend it on a house. Okay, they may spend it on that, something that's going to be paid off. They may spend it on other type of experiences that are above the water, but we not gonna do that. So that's just how I feel about that. It's definitely giving God rest their souls, but at the same time, this was the game they chose to play with the game controller. And when you play certain games, you do win certain prizes. And that's all that I have to say on that.
So for me, I feel like this was stupid from the beginning. Like, there's no escape door. I don't think there is an accurate record of how many times the OceanGate Titan has actually gone to the bottom to see the Titanic and made it back successfully, because we've only really seen one other time where they've gone down and come back up successfully. Besides that, there was a time where they were supposed to leave. They got 37 feet down and had to come back up. Mind you, the Titanic is 13,000 feet below the surface. So they only got 37 feet below the surface. Okay. So I personally feel like the fact that they even agreed to do this and kind of felt like, we're just going to throw caution to the wind. We're just going to go ahead and wing it. Like, it just feels like the ego of rich people is just so thick and so unrealistic that y'all really thought this was going to work out in your favor because everything else in your life has. So we're going to ignore the fact that this has not been regulated. This hasn't been safety proof. Like, there was nothing to protect you once they got down there, y'all. Like, I was watching all these videos. People was talking about how heavy that thing is. Once it got to the bottom, it basically moves off of buoyancy. So while it's up further, it can travel down or it can travel back up because it has water underneath it. But once it gets all the way to the bottom, there is no buoyancy under it to push it back up. And it's so damn heavy, it's just going to stay there. And there was no way for anybody to get them out. They were like basically just stuck in there until they were retrieved and taken out. But there was no way for them to do that at this point. So when I saw that video of the way it imploded and just kind of crashed, like, just kind of like a can that, you step on a can, how it collapses. Yeah, like the pressure down there at the bottom of the ocean is just so much. People haven't really been to the bottom of the ocean, y'all. That's not something people do often. So
it's not like going to outer space either.
I know, right? Who filed any nails? This is ridiculous, that they even thought it would work. It wouldn't work.
I think it might be Niecy.
I'm done. So for me, okay, this is the thing. I struggled to even believe that this happened. Like, right? To be honest, I struggled to believe that it happened just because I was like, who would do this and why? But to Bondi's point, rich people have this like superiority when it comes to their mind. They think that there's this invincibility about them. And I really didn't think about it very much until the pandemic happened. Because they were the ones who, news resources and everybody was saying that, black and brown communities was being more impacted. They literally thought that they were not going to be impacted by COVID. And that's just one example. So that explains my why. This is why. There's a bit of invincibility to this. But I did feel bad because I did hear that the son, didn't want to go down there. And his sister made a news statement saying that he only went because it was Father's Day.
Yep.
Are you serious?
He went with his dad.
Saw his aunt. Yeah. Yep. That was his aunt, his dad's sister.
Yeah,
I see that part. That's so messed up.
And I just thought about like the eeriness of their final moments, knowing that they had fucked up. Like when you think about the story and it being dumb, you like, okay. But the eeriness of that is just, I don't know. And number one, I would never trust a man named Stockton Rush.
Absolutely not. Especially with that hair.
Yes, may they rest in peace.
Absolutely.
But it's why?
That's so terrible, y'all. I didn't know that little boy didn't want to go. That's so messed up. I still feel like that don't mean that dad was a good person. Because why the hell would you convince your son to do that in the first place? That's crazy.
That's so sad. I don't know if I would forgive my husband for that at all. You done took my baby on this thing. He didn't even want to go. And then now he ain't coming back.
But y'all was mad at that stepson. That stepson probably had a reason not to kill.
Ooh, and we will get into him. Thank you so much, Peace to Mateo, for the super chat. Experts told them no, it was controlled by a $20 game controller, and the owner said you have to take a risk. Play stupid games. Shaking my head. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, that is just like, girl, that is sad. I do hope that the wife is a part of the wheel or something to where she'll be able to, continue to live how she needs to.
Do y'all believe that's a possibility? I just remember whenever I said I struggle to believe that this happened, part of me was thinking it's too much fucking money in that submersible for somebody not to be in some legal troubles to want to fake their death.
Listen, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's given we wanted to fake our deaths, first of all. And another thing that I heard was it could have been a sacrifice. And that's another thing that I could also believe, because I believe on a larger scale, I think rich people believe in powers that they don't tell everybody else that they believe in. They tell y'all to believe in Jesus and God, and then they believe in something totally different, and they do shit.
Oh yeah, I believe that for sure. That's why they was checking the White House emails, and they was talking about pizzas and the kids and all the sacrifices and all this. With what's her name? Clinton, Hillary Clinton. Yes, allegedly. Yep.
Yes. I feel like we be thinking we be knowing what they be talking about, but we don't know what they be talking about. We think we know. But I think they absolutely sacrifice people and sacrifice, a large amount of people. You have to understand that too. Like, and then the way it happens, them all being rich, it being 5 of them, there being a son present, y'all, and not just another millionaire. That's another thing. Like the connection of those 2 people being a part of it. Like it all feels very eerie. So I'm down with y'all with it's one or 2 things. Either y'all faked it or it was some type of like sacrificial thing. Because it just don't even make sense for people to make such a rash decision. Like,
well, I had another theory too that it was like a scheme that they set up, not so much as like fake our death, but a scheme they set up with somebody else. So they talked about with the Titanic, I was seeing a lot of stuff about how there were certain billionaires that was on the Titanic that were like, I believe they were trying to like do something with American money or create these banks
with the reserves.
Yes,
the Federal Reserves.
Yes, and JP Morgan backed out and said, "Hey, I'm not going to go on the Titanic. I'm not going to go." Whatever the case was. Well, with JP Morgan not going and the Titanic crashing, and all those billionaires and the people that he was at the round tables with, they died. Shortly after that, he was able to put in play whatever he was trying to put in play with JP Morgan and other people. So then that makes me question, when you want to go deeper, like, well, who all were these people connected to and what were they working on to where that could have been a similar situation as well?
Right. Not this comment saying that JP Morgan was the only person who didn't go because he consulted his astrologer. Come on.
Oh, really? How did
Where
I
is
know
that
that?
at?
In the comments, somebody said I'm gonna have to look that up because honestly, y'all, the way my okay, so y'all know I follow a few YouTubers that do Gemini readings and stuff like that. They do all of the signs, but I follow people that do specifically Gemini ones. When I tell y'all they've been on fucking point on me, like for the past couple of weeks, all of your hard work is about to pay off. All of your work is about to come to fruition. Something's gonna happen. Like like for a minute now, like for the past, I want to say a month. I've been having those types of readings. And plus, y'all know, I didn't told y'all before about other stuff that's been personal that they've been spot on about. So,
Oh,
yeah, like, girl, I'm sorry. I'm going to be down with my astrologers and my girls that read tarot and all of that. I'm sorry. They be on.
I did not know that part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. Keisha said it. Just like with the Titanic, a lot of wealthy people were on this. Correct. JP Morgan was the only person who didn't go because he consulted his astrologer. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I didn't know about the astrologer part, but I knew what he went and did after, what he was working on prior to the trip, and then what he went on to do afterwards. So thanks for dropping that in the chat. All right, y'all. So there's more to this story, okay? So once this happened, one of the guys, and let me make sure I have his name, Hamish Harding. I believe it's Hamish Harding because he was like the only billionaire there. So the guy that you see in the blue suit up here, his stepson came to the front and he wanted to let everybody know that although, like that's his stepdad and he's supposed to be over there, like, I guess, looking for him or whatever, there ain't a whole lot he could do. He decided that he was going to go to a Blink 182 concert. So because of that, a lot of people dragged him, including Cardi B, because they felt as though, no, that's not something you should be doing. You should be there where your stepdad is. Like, the entire world is looking for him. Why aren't you? For me, I have to say, we're going to play what Cardi B said, but chances are I disagree with her, because just because a person is a billionaire and just because a person is a stepdad or a family member, you do not know who those people were to them. They could have been hell on wheels to them. Hell, we going to find that out with Russell Simmons and his kids and the ex-wife. So it's like, y'all don't know who these people are to them. So I didn't put no fault on him wanting to go to a Blink 182 concert, because some of y'all going to go to a Beyonce concert regardless of who done passed away. And y'all going to sit up here and judge that man. Okay. And then y'all done sat up here and, girl, y'all just like to ridicule people. Like, y'all need to just figure it out. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to listen to what Cardi had to say.
One of the billionaires that's missing on the water from that submarine shit, one of the billionaires, their stepson, is at a concert, right? At a Blink 182 concert. And people is like, well, what is he supposed to do? Be sad at the house? Is he supposed to go look for himself? Yes. You're supposed to be at the house sad. You're supposed to be crying for me. You're supposed to be right next to the phone waiting to hear any updates about me. You're supposed to be counseling your mom and shit. Like, isn't it sad that you a whole fucking billionaire and nobody gives a fuck about you? Like, like you missing and motherfuckers is ready to shake dicks at concert. That's crazy. I'd rather be broke. I'd rather be broke than like and poor, but knowing that I'm loved. Like, okay, so
no ma'am, what she said something about ain't that's crazy, like that you're a billionaire and nobody cares about you. I feel like that says more about the billionaire than it says about the people that don't care.
Hello.
So then the guy says the son says, Cardi B, we all know all your latest releases are trash, but is your career this desperate for attention now? Then he goes on to say, what a piece of SHI, trashy celeb. Cardi B trying to get clout off me and my family suffering. I went to a Blink 182 concert for coping rather than sitting at home and watching the news. Shame on you, Cardi. Get some class. Now, sir, I will say this. Although I disagree with Cardi, I will say this. First of all, baby, had you not come to social media and let the people know that you were going to a Blink 182 concert, nobody would have fucking knew. Hello? Right. Are you there? Are you there? Mm-hmm. So neither one of y'all is really right in the situation. But I don't think that we should be sitting up here trying to police people and how they should be grieving and how they should respond and all this and that. But it's just funny because, you know, when DC was standing up there and expressing himself, y'all had one thing to say. And then now we got this man up here and the people saying something else. I don't know what y'all want to do this week. Y'all can figure it out. Whatever y'all want to do, y'all just let me know how y'all want the people to grieve, because obviously they have to grieve how you think they should. So that's then Cardi says, Cardi says the point was the whole world is praying for these people in the submarine. Cardi, I'm not a part of that world, ma'am. But the whole world was praying for these people in the submarine. And this man's son is online shaking dicks for girls off OnlyFans and going to Blink 182 concerts. You was looking for clout all along. Nobody knew who you were until you said that was your stepdad. And that is a fact. This is why people hate you, spoiled brat millionaires. Y'all so desensitized. Okay. So that's where we at with it. He ended up doing another video to Cardi at a later time. And
I sent that to you in case you ain't have it.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Okay.
get it.
But let me say this though.
Yes.
Cardi, you got some fucking nerve, because here's the thing. I feel like at the end of the day, somebody being a billionaire could possibly mean they're an asshole. So why is it that you are policing the way their family members are responding to them deciding to put their life in harm's way? If I was the stepson, I would low-key not even really care about my stepdaddy, because why would your dumb ass do that in the first place? That's how I would have been looking at him. You shouldn't do that. You know that's stupid, right?
Somebody gotta get the money now.
Okay, somebody got to stay alive and get the payout from the insurance policy that we had in place for him. Like, go to hell. I just kind of feel like you don't know people's relationships, so I don't understand why get online and use your platform to try to make it seem like, somebody not grieving properly when, I hate to say it, but when Tasha was like, well, wasn't you doing this, and this when, Takeoff passed away? And I was like, see, that's the point. That's why you can't get up there and act like, you better than somebody when you don't know their situation exactly like that. When somebody can pull that you was doing shit that may not have been, the most tactful after someone passed away, girl. I don't know, but I just kind of feel like.
I also don't feel bad for the stepson because his response was given very much racist.
I don't feel bad for him or anything.
They said he was out there saying all kind of N-words and stuff. So I think that's why he deleted. I think that's why he deleted his Twitter or whatever account it was.
He looked like a Trump supporter
because his first response to Cardi was trashy, classy, trashy. Why? That's a racist white person first response is to talk about how somebody ain't classy. That's your way. You looking at her like she dirty because she ain't white.
So let's listen real quick. Let's see what he had to say. Hold on.
You take a complete bitch like Cardi B, has no idea what's going on. Her career is in such turmoil. She needs clout off other people's suffering. And she's like, he won't go help. Blah, blah, blah. He goes to a rock concert, this and that. Tries to use the situation to exploit, like the news. They're not like feeling sorry that my mom has to take care of 2 kids. Not really giving a fuck that my stepdad's probably 99% chance he's dead. That doesn't matter. Doesn't care how we feel. Just trying to fucking make gains. But people trolling, getting hate mail, all these things. And it's just fucked up. And to have Cardi B behind it, Cardi B, fucking grow up, get some class. You're tasteless.
Yikes. So that is what he had to say to Miss Cardi. And I still don't feel bad at all.
What's classy about a big burly ass white man calling a woman a bitch? What's classy about that?
Exactly like Trump's.
Nothing about it.
Yeah, it's like as much as you say that she not caring about your mom and them and stuff, it's like
you don't care neither. You don't care neither. To be honest, I feel like I don't even expect y'all to have sympathy for each other. When people have that amount of money, they be emotionally detached from each other in a way that it's about the money because it's always about the money. So to me, I feel like, is it surprising that a billionaire stepson doesn't care about his death? No. Regular poor people don't be caring about their stepchildren or their step parent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really care, and I don't understand why we needed to even talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna even care about this story in the first place, because I thought it was stupid from the beginning. I was laughing because I was, before everybody died, y'all. I was laughing because I was like, why would you even do this? Who does this? Once we saw that CBS story about all of the, parameters and everything that was involved, it just kind of seemed like the dumbest shit I had ever seen. So I didn't really feel sorry for them. And that's why I wasn't worried about the stepson feeling sorry, because who told you to do that stupid shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel sorry for the little brother, because I didn't even know that he didn't want to go, and he only went to make his dad happy for Father's Day. But I'm still looking at the dad like, you're a piece of shit for even making your son go through such a, like, you knew the risk and you still let your son do that. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, to me, that don't make you no good parent, because I don't know a parent that would put their child in harm's way like that. Like, that's insane. So yeah, F this white man that's calling Cardi a B. But also, Cardi, why you looking for somebody to sympathize with this billionaire? That's weird too.
Because we don't. Let's get into the next thing as we stay on Cardi. So from this situation of Cardi going off on this guy, having this, back and forth, it resulted in a back and forth between she and Tasha K. Okay, so let's get into that. Tasha K pretty much tells Cardi, she tells her, or she didn't tell Cardi, she just put in the comments and was just like, wasn't she out here popping out with guns and all that other stuff after Takeoff had passed away? And now she got so much to say about somebody else. Like, people grieve in different ways or whatever. So that's pretty much what Tasha K says, right? And what Cardi does is something that I wish she would just stop. I would not respond to a hoe that owe me money, especially if it's $4 million. Girl, you couldn't even pay for the words out of my mouth. So when you run that money, then we can have a conversation for me. So Cardi goes on to say this to Tasha. And Tasha K, with your despicable ass, to bring up Takeoff to prove a fake ass point is disgusting. I lost weight. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Me and my man still dealing with that to this day. I'm a rapper. We target it all the time. So, of course, I have guns for protection. But since you want to be funny for comments, I'm going to make sure your kids don't go to college. You think my lawyers don't know that you hiding money in Africa? I'm going to make sure I get every red cent of my $4 million. Don't ever put Takeoff name in your mouth, okay? I feel like these were things that did not need to be explained. I don't need to tell you that I was stressed and then I was tired and I was, couldn't eat and all this and that behind somebody's death, because you're going to choose and think whatever the hell it is that you want to do. But what I am going to do is see all of your comments, and then I'm probably going to file another lawsuit on your ass. Then I'm going to make sure that the judge knows everything so you can go and run me that money. And in addition, if you could put a gag order on her ass, I would have been did that. Like, bitch, don't speak on my name. Don't do none of that. Anytime you do something, you're going to be in violation, and I'm going to get more up out your ass, because you already ain't got that. So when Cardi says she gonna make sure her kids don't go to college, people love trying to make it seem like she's saying something about the kids. No, she's talking about your parenting is what she's really talking about. Cardi says, y'all saying I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about how her mouth is going to affect financials for years, all because she can't stop talking. But I'm wrong for saying that. But it's cool for her to bring up my family that we lost less than a year ago. Y'all saw me waving a gun after a Takeoff pass, or literally months later on Put It on the Floor music video. But let me guess, I'm always wrong. Okay. So they pretty much have a back and forth. Tasha did this video. I have to be honest, the shit was hilarious to me a little bit.
I died. It
was to the song. It was to the song where Takeoff says, "Don't let that broke bitch in." She too messy.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And it was
that
funny.
Shit was hilarious, bro. And then that door was so nice. I was like, "Bitch, is that your kitchen? That look nice."
So then, this is what Cardi also had to say.
You're embezzling, yeah, bitch. You're embezzling, bitch. You're gonna go to jail. So what was that judge name? The judge from the motherfucking court, from the lawsuit. I forgot his name. His name started with the W. He said, if you hide any money, you're gonna get in trouble by the court. Bitch, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Yeah, you're going to jail.
This
Am I still on?
This is pretty much all that Cardi said, girl. We're not gonna play no more. But Tasha K did kind of come back and do this whole apology where she was just like, sorry, Barty Gang, it's my fault that y'all ain't got no album, because she been tied up in court with me trying to get money that I ain't got or whatever. So y'all may never get an album because the label ain't investing in her like that. They lost so much money on the front end, which I don't believe. But that's why they ain't pouring into her now. And then she went on to try to promote Nicki Minaj and what she has coming up. So it was just a mess. And I just want Cardi to like, why are you talking to this lady? You know, Tasha is very strategic with this stuff.
Absolutely.
She never really goes viral off of nothing unless it's dealing with you. And you only add more to her pockets. Like she's still gaining.
Yeah,
She's
that
gaining
is true.
subscribers, or she's gaining followers. She's gaining the attention. Like you're only adding value to her. Like why would you want to do that when you're the
Value
one
to
that's
her
supposed to get
pockets
paid?
and
That don't make
nothing
sense.
in yours. Yep.
And let me
That's
tell
what I'm
you,
saying.
that's the first thing I thought about. Somebody DM me, oh my God, Bondi, did you see this? You like this post that Tasha posted talking about takeoff? I was like, no, sweetheart. I liked it because Tasha is trending and I'm going to be on her show this Friday. So I'm going to just keep it a buck. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, there goes Tasha again, raising her, you know, her platform. Like it is what it is. Like I don't think people get it. And I feel like I wish Cardi would just stop responding if you really that upset about it. Cause she's trolling you. She's trying to poke at you and get a response because it's going to double her viewership or it's going to draw more attention to her. She was trending on Twitter after that. Like it did its job. So that's why I was just kind of like, girl, I'm not about to be that mad, but I also understand where Cardi is coming from. You know what I'm saying? But you know, shit. I don't know what y'all want me to do about it. Because everybody keep asking me, like I was like, what y'all want me to do? I can't tell Tasha what to think, just like she can't tell me what to think. So
right.
That's between the two of them people, girl.
Right. Exactly. A whole mess. Anything, Niecy?
No, I pretty much said my piece. Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. I wouldn't be saying nothing unless I got my money. I think the gag order was a pretty good idea.
If she could, she would. I don't think she can.
No, I don't think she could.
Because she's a public figure.
But yeah, and the
Well,
other
this
thought
is
is
why I
that you
slick
would think
disagree.
the $4 million is enough to act like a gag order. If you owe somebody that much, you stop talking, is what you would imagine.
But only if you lying about them. If you talk, you know, telling the truth, or if you are only trolling them online, it's not the same as you getting on your platform and, you know, putting out an interview with somebody lying.
And see, that's what I wonder about the gag order, right? Because if it was possible, if she could, she would. But then I wonder if she really would. Maybe it's because of the profession that Tasha's in, IDK. But it's like, I mean, a lot of these football players be public figures, and when these girls go on these reality shows, they be gagged to the down order, to where they can't speak on certain. They really can't even say their names.
That's what I meant though, Jamie.
So
Like,
that's what I
because
wonder.
of what Tasha does for a living, like the way she's not talking about her a lot of times from a personal standpoint. She's talking about her from the social media standpoint, from the business standpoint. You know what I'm saying? From where she is with it. So like you said, like that's the only reason why I feel like you can't really tell Tasha she can't talk about Cardi, because Cardi's a public figure and Tasha's job is to talk about public figures.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would still look into this shit.
That's what I'm saying. I think if she could get a gag order, she probably would have gotten one, especially after the way Tasha has been trolling her about that damn money.
Yikes.
Remember when she did that video? I don't have it. Like, remember right when it all came out, she was like, I ain't got it. I was just like, girl.
Yes. I wonder what that's going to look like in a few years. And we know that Tasha did file that bankruptcy, which kind of put a halt on things, but it doesn't erase the debt of the court ordered like payment that she's supposed to pay. But it does like kind of like put a halt on things just a little bit. So I just wonder how that's gonna play out for Cardi once Tasha's out that bankruptcy phase. Like, are you gonna be able to report what you said that you could report, that she's hiding money over here and hiding money over there and all of that other stuff? I just would like to see it and would like to know. But either way, girl, good luck.